me, the first time I met Lee, I was in 5th grade, and he was umpiring his sister and I's summer softball game. He came walking up with his dad, and we immediately noticed him, me and all my team, and how cute he was. We found out his name, and from then on, for me, I had the biggest crush on him.
Whenever Jamie was telling me the first time that she remembers me from umpiring, I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. I didn't know how to react to that, because I felt bad that she would have known me from so long ago and I didn't know who she was.
For years, playing against his sister in all sports, I always looked for him at games, and when he came, and I would be nervous to bat or do anything. My mom still makes fun of me to this day.
So much later, I was in college now, back home for the summer, and my cousin Nicole started up a sand volleyball team. So my buddy Josh Almage and I were riding together to go to our first game, and we pulled up and put the car in park, and we see this very attractive woman wearing these very short, tight black shorts.
I had seen him coming up, and I couldn't believe that he was actually there, and lo and behold, we actually played against each other that night. We flirted kind of through the net a little bit.
I didn't end up talking to her or anything. I just said maybe next week I'll have the guts to go talk to her.
Lee was intently staring at me, and I just had this instant where I kind of thought, wow, Lee Peck is interested in me now, and I've been interested in him since 5th grade.
And I was, after that first night, telling my cousins, you know, I met this amazing woman. She was so beautiful, and I wanted to know her a little bit better, and I thought she could be the one, just from a first impression thing.
I went home that night then, and I got on MySpace and tried to find him, and I got on Facebook and tried to find him, and then I texted a friend of mine from Sparta and asked for his number, and so he did some hunting for me, and the next morning I was texting Lee.
After texting back and forth a little bit, I finally suggested, hey, let's go watch a softball game together. Some of my friends were playing there, and I thought it would be a kind of different first date, relaxing way to get to know her a little bit better.
And we just started clicking in all these different ways, and those were some of the biggest things for me. He's very open and honest and loving, and I guess those are the biggest things that attract me to him now.
Jamie's laugh was very authentic. I don't think I'm particularly funny, but she had a very authentic laugh. She listened to me, was very outgoing and easy to talk to. We carried a conversation flawlessly. There were none of those awkward pauses.
3 months into our relationship, we had a very, very strong connection. And from then on, then the I love you came and things started. But it really, for me, was once he moved to Wisconsin and we just started planning me moving up there and our lives together. It just kind of clicked, and I was like, wow, we are gonna get married and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this guy.
Just with the time we spent together that summer, and then whenever I went off to school, we still got to see each other just about every weekend, and we grew very close together.
I had opened a fortune cookie that said, "Your most memorable dream is about to come true," which instantly sparked me and my friend just getting all excited and thinking things were gonna happen. And I just was taking his words over the phone and just saying, oh my gosh, I think he just told me something, he might propose and he's just hinting at it. And I just got so excited and was so worked up.
I take the ring and I drive down to Chester to see Jamie's mom. Said, well, Stacy, the main reason I'm here is because I I'm planning on asking your daughter to marry me tonight, if that's okay with you. And then she started tearing up and said, yes, yes, of course, I would love it. And she wanted to see the ring, so I showed her the ring first. And then, yeah, so we hugged, and I had to get going to the tournament, volleyball tournament.
And I was playing in a volleyball tournament, and he showed up late. And his mom made it there, and he was late. And Devin was like, oh, I bet, maybe he's getting everything together. And we're just talking about things, and in between our games, we'd go sit by Lee, and he would say where we would be going that night, and Devin's like, oh, isn't that your favorite restaurant? Or isn't that something you guys did on your first date? And she just kept digging at him, just trying to say, and Lee was like, no, Devin, that's not what's going on. So we got in the car, and I was like, Lee, I'm so sorry that, Devin's got me so excited about this, and you just propose whenever you're ready. And he told me I needed to drop it, and I needed to go talk to Devin about it. And so we rode in silence for about 10 miles because I was so upset that I had upset him, and now I've made the engagement not be able to happen. And then I texted my friend Devin, and I said, you have got to quit saying these things and filling my head with this engagement.
After all of the talk from Devin during the volleyball tournament, and then after dinner and all the talk on the car ride home, I had just had enough, because I wanted to go get a snow cone, go to our gazebo where we normally eat our snow cones, and then ask her there. And Jamie was on to me, I think, and it was all because of Devin, I felt. So I was mildly upset, but not in a bad way, with Devin. And so I just kind of snapped a little bit, said, well, Jamie can be mad for 10 minutes until we get there anyway, and said, go talk with Devin about it, not me. It'll happen when it happens.
He was driving me home. It was about an hour car ride altogether. So the last 15 minutes were just dead, awkward silence. And he dropped me off at my house to change clothes, and then we were gonna go meet my mom and my stepdad in my hometown. And so on our way there, we stopped and got snow cones. And that we kind of made amends there. Things were like, oh, everything's okay. We're just gonna go get snow cones and just have a nice night. The awkward silence just kind of died away. And like I said, I dropped the whole engagement thing, never thought anything of it. We get our snow cones, and there's a gazebo across the road from the snow cone place. And so we walked over and sat down, we're eating, and
set my snow cone down, and I told Jamie, I know I asked you to drop this, but I just want to bring up the engagement thing one more time. And that's whenever I pulled the black box out of my pocket, and I got down on one knee, and I said, Jamie, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I would be honored if you would marry me.
And I said, of course, instead of yes or anything like that. I was like, of course, and instantly started crying. He got up and put the ring on my finger and hugged me, and of course the people all around us were staring and kind of making it a little awkward, but we both were kind of lost in the moment together.
And then that's whenever she got up, and she was tearing up a little bit and said, yes, of course, and she hugged me and we kissed, and that was just the best moment in my life so far.
I would have to say that is probably one of the best days and happiest days, just because of the unexpectedness of it. With a lot of things you expect, but your engagement is one of those big surprises that just ranks up there high on your list, and Lee definitely exceeded my expectations and just made it one of the best days of my life.